and welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a justice-fueling craft brew on the side. I'm Jade, and I'm here with Nate, and we are poring over the report of Chapter 39 of Soul of Fire.
Ooh, good one.
Thanks. I thought about it, and then wrote it down.
Justice-fueling craft brew pouring over. I see how you tied it in.
Yeah.
The justice bit was a little... I mean, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. But yeah, maybe not justice.
You know, just in the way that you sit around at the bar after you hear about something real bad, and then the more you drink, the more you get, like, stirred up to do some really terrible shit.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, I don't get that.
No.
Am I weird? Am I bad?
No, I don't think you are.
Oh.
I think you are actually probably correct.
Good. That's good to know.
Yeah. And that's today's moment of truth.
I remember this time. That's today's second moment of truth.
Wow.
Oh, I have an addiction now.
So, on the last chapter, Fitch did a great job at work and committed a grave and heinous act at the same time. You know, like everyone's normal day at work.
Just doing a little break in the law for the boss, man. You know, you got to do what you got to do to make a nickel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you hate nickels.
I really do. I think they're dumb and ugly, and they're too big, and I just don't like them.
They're too big?
It doesn't make sense in the line of coins.
Well, pennies don't really either anymore, but go on.
No, but pennies are the size, and then you have dimes that are small, and then you have the stupid-ass honking nickel. What the fuck? Anyways. Dalt is in his office reading reports, okay? Rowley shows up, his favorite little messenger boy, and lets him know that Inger the Butcher is there to see him, but Dalt's like, sent him down to Drummond in the kitchens. I ain't got time for that shit right now. I'm too busy.
Right, he's a busy man. He's got reports to read.
Reports and messages and things of that nature.
It made me think about the prelate and how we know that Anne is like, hey, they just give you all that fucking paperwork to keep you busy.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to do none of that. Now, I know Dalt actually does have some shit going on right now, but just the fact that he was just, quote, reading reports means this was his fuck off time in the morning. He wasn't busy. He's got all the time in the world.
I think there's that, but there's also the difference between most people and Dalt is that he will spend the time to read these menial messages to try and tend his webs as much as he can.
That's a good point. He is a guy that actually does do the work.
Yeah. Not because he wants to do work, but because it's going to benefit me in the long run if I know information.
That should be a quote, though. Be the one to do the work. Not because you want to do the work, but because the work needs doing. That's a Dalt quote. Yeah. He'd post that up in the work area up on the wall in like really, really huge
motivational
font.
poster.
Yeah. You know, your attitude determines your direction or some shit like that.
Well, he is extra busy right now because Claudine's murder has caused an uproar in the town.
Naturally.
It was reported that Claudine was walking back alone to the estate. That was true. And that a group of young Haken men had been seen drinking around the corner sometime around the time of the murder.
And we know that's roughly true. We know there was a group of Haken men in the area.
Yes, but also they lived there, and so there's probably always a group of Haken men drinking.
Yeah, well, I guess that is more succinct than what I said.
Yeah.
But it's like, we know for sure there was one specific group of Haken men around.
Yes.
But there were also many.
Yes,
So,
correct.
of course, you saw groups of Haken men around. They live here, they work here, they drink here, they do their business here. Yeah.
Right. Guards now, though, are escorting people who want to walk back to the estate at night because it's too dangerous. Everyone's fucking freaked out.
And as established, it's like an hour-long walk. So it's not like just this other side of town or just outside of town. It's like, I don't know, an hour-long walk seems like a big deal to me. It's actually quite a ways away.
Yes, but traditionally, it's never been an issue. You know, they've never had people get attacked on the roads inside the town before.
Also true.
So they're like, yeah, it's a long walk, but it's safe here. Nobody fucking does that shit, but now people are doing that shit. So we're tightening it up.
Yeah. I mean, I know we feel that way in our neighborhood. Like there was a time when you could leave doors and everything unlocked because it's like, no, I'm not worried about it. But now whenever I'm the last one up, I lock shit.
I have a hard time. Several Hakens were arrested and then released after it was proved that they were not doing anything wrong because they were working on the farm the night of the murder.
Yeah, which means that they were just getting picked up because they were Haken, and then they had to prove their innocence.
Because they had red hair.
And we know how they feel about people with red hair. Come into my town.
That might be right, though. You know, genders. I'm just kidding.
Wow, shots fired.
Kidding.
I was just making a goof.
I was too. I like a lot of people who have red hair.
Look, we don't have a problem with them. It's the Anders that have an issue, apparently.
Oh, wow. The next night, though, drunken men went looking for the killers. After having some justice craft brews and rums, you know? And they found a group of boys that they believed guilty and then beat them to death in front of a group. No big deal.
That's fucking wild. That's just, like Batman. Bruce Wayne is smart about shit. He gets the proof before he, beats the guys up. He won't kill him like Dexter, who also gets proof. The problem is that these guys were just like, there's Hakens, kick their ass.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. Well, they killed him. It wasn't all just that, but yeah.
I mean, also ironically, they did the exact same thing that happened to Claudine, to innocent people. But it's fine because they're Hakens and they thought they were guilty.
Yeah, well, it was also a group effort proving what Franca was saying.
Which was the same thing as what happened to Claudine.
Right. I mean, one person wouldn't do it alone, but with the support of your group. And we saw during Fitch's whole deal that there was a moment there where he's just like, I don't really actually like doing this, but my boys are cheering me on. So it's fucking happening.
Yeah. It's also just interesting that there's still an uproar after things like that have happened. And, they have people like coming out, we'll get into it a little bit, but they have people going out there and making speeches and doing like slight promises to make changes, but no changes are actually made. And people are still demanding the killer in the street, even though they've killed multiple people now. The next message that Dalt pulls up and is reading states that the healers were seen going to the Sovereign's house and they stayed there the whole fucking night. So part of him's like, oh, maybe the Sovereign's gonna die. But they could have been there for somebody else. Healers come to the minister's estate all the time. And they're not there for the minister, so there's no reason to know for sure it's for the Sovereign dying.
Is the reason that that's mentioned and important because people in town will see the medical folks outside the Sovereign's place and think, oh, it's going to happen, or like it's just creating a buzz amongst the town? Is that why this is mentioned? Because other than Dalt's obvious interest in the Sovereign dying and then everybody moves up a slot, making him minister, I don't understand why there's messages and stuff about.
I think it's twofold. I think Dalt probably has somebody stationed, he probably has people there that are told to tell him if anything's going on at the Sovereign's estate because he's waiting on the death.
Yeah, the web.
Also, this is back before we had paparazzi and laptops and magazines, so I think that the people of the town are paying attention if shit goes down at the like they all know he's old and people are watching. So I think that people would inherently gossip if you see something going on, even if there's nothing really going on, because even more if nothing's going on. We're bored as shit. Didn't you see what happened over at the Sovereign's estate yesterday?
Oh yeah. I mean, we see those articles every day.
Yeah. So I think it's twofold. I think it's a little bit of both.
I got you. Okay.
But it then leads into Dalton thinking about how the only reason that they would have a healer there for the minister is if he was like hurt from an angry husband. Because that's the only real danger to the minister here at the estate. But typically, he doesn't have to deal with that because they're happy. He gives them favor for fucking their wives, and they're always happy about what happens after the sideways tango. Once he's sovereign, though, he's not gonna...
Sideways tango?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't let it go. It was too good.
Yeah. It's a dance.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
But once he's sovereign, which Nate, by the way, told me that I don't say that right at all.
Sovereign.
It's not going to change at all.
It's
I don't care.
so cute.
The risk of people getting pissed at him is going to be gone. Because, if you lay with the sovereign, it's a divine thing. Everybody's happy to do so. Husbands push their wives into his fucking bed, for God's sake.
Right.
For God's sake.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I shouldn't let nobody laugh at that. That was a good one.
The husband would be the beneficiary of that, collateral sanctity for allowing that to happen. Or if the girl is too young to be married, then her parents would be. So, good all around. Everybody's happy.
Good all the way up. Everybody gets a chance.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Which is actually really good for Dalt, if we're being honest, because we know that he has some real bad proclivities. So apparently it's going to be fine. It'll be fine for him. Bad for everyone else, but good for him.
Yeah.
Rally Knox, Inger has said that the problem isn't in the kitchen, all right? It's a problem at the estate. And if Dalt's not going to see him, he's going to go to the directors.
Oh, now I'm listening. I'm listening. I am sorry. I was reading reports earlier. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Yep, flipping over papers, clearing it off. All right, have him come in.
I loved that he took a second to flip all the shit over on his desk so nobody could read anything he was looking at. It kind of occurred to me while I was taking notes, while we were looking at our computers and phones, that now you just turn off the screen and it's not like a thing anymore. But he's like, no, you got to close this book and don't want him to see that paper. And it was a whole fucking scramble.
Here's the thing. I like to write things by hand.
Yes, you are a paper person.
And I've been really trying to start doing my notes at work on the computer so I can copy paste, but I'm still really bad at it. So at my work, I have a considerable amount of papers on my desk at any one time. So if I have somebody coming in, I do have to do a quick, hold on. Let me put these all together and flip them over and put them over there so you can't see nothing.
See, I don't get that. I like having it all digital. That way there's nothing cluttering my desk. And I remember it just the same if I type it out or write it. So
I feel like I can write the information down so much easier and faster with my hand. I can't type as fast as my hand can write.
I don't feel like that's true.
It might not be true, but that's what my brain says. I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm doing my best to change it.
You know what this means? You're not Dalton Campbell.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Or I am, because I have all my papers.
No, you are not.
So after a little bit of back and forth and some small talk, Dalton asks Inger how he can help. Why are you fucking here in my office?
Why are you bothering me?
You know what I think could really help me? A little beer break.
Ooh, I'm down for some beer.
Cool. I think we're going to do that, and we'll be back right after this. All right, Nate, what are we drinking today?
Today we are drinking Dream Seeker Raspberry Blonde. This is a fruit beer full of intense raspberry aroma and flavor with a dry, crisp finish balanced by sweet, refreshing tartness.
Mm-hmm.
Most of which I agree with. Lastly, this guy's clocking in at 4.8%.
Yeah, it's a real easy drinker. I think it's pretty good. It's nothing that I'm like, Nate, oh my God, we have to go get some of that.
Gonna go run out for?
Right. But it's an easy drinker. I can have all of them in a six-pack and be fine.
Well, 3 of them, to be clear.
There's not as much raspberry in it as, say, Rubaeus. So It's a little easier to just, knock them back, too, and enjoy the raspberry as opposed to being like, oh, my God, raspberry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not that intense. It does kind of have the Rhiney flavor.
Right. Correct.
There's that bit to it. So,
but not like an IPA.
No, not like an IPA at all. But I don't know. When they're like, it's tart. I don't think it's that tart, to be honest. I think they kind of misrepresented what was inside the can. So I would give this 6 raspberry bushes.
That's still a pretty good rating for you for not being jazzed about the raspberry taste.
Not jazzed about the raz?
Yeah, I almost said it. And then I was like, is that too much? I'm glad you did.
Blue raspberry is a flavor. Fight me.
I would probably say 6.57 raspberry bushes. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
6.5. Yeah. Yeah. Like one then like a baby one. Like a Charlie Brown raspberry bush.
Aw. Well, I want one of those too.
Little baby one.
I'll say 6.5 bushes so I can have a little raspberry bush. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, let's work on that. And then we'll get back to the chapter. Hi, it's so great to see you. Inger opens up by saying that he doesn't put up with shit from his workers, but he also values them and tries to do good by them, even the Hakens. They become like family to him. Some he likes more than his family, actually. Some of them are children of people who went before them and helped him build his business, so they've been around.
Generations of people working for him. Yeah. No, he straight up said to this man that some of his employees he loves more than his children.
Yeah.
Dalt could probably be like, well, yeah, I appreciate that quality about a man.
Yeah. But I also think, if you are a merchant, maybe your children are grown up with hard work, but there's a chance that your children are born with a little bit more of a silver spoon than you were. And these kids that you're watching grow up have a little bit more of a, integrity to them because they're working hard every day. So maybe your kids are a little bit more of a shitbox than some of these kids that you are watching every day at work, and you're with them more than your kids because you're there every day with them at work. So it does make sense sometimes.
I can see that.
Not for my kids, but maybe for other people. I did like that this whole time Dalt keeps trying to interject and start talking and being a part, having a back and forth, and Inger is just not fucking having it. He cuts him off every fucking time and is like, nope. I am talking. You are not.
Doesn't let him get a word in edgewise. I mean, I do it all the time on this show. It's really easy to just interrupt somebody. Sometimes I do it accidentally. Sometimes it's not so accidentally. But yeah, he just continues to speak. I like how Goodkind actually put in a couple of Dalts going, well, I understand how, and then it's just like, nope, we're not done.
Yep.
3 more paragraphs, motherfucker.
Yep, I loved it. One of the girls who works for him is Beata. We know this.
Oh.
Alarm bells start fucking going off, but Dalt claims don't fucking know her. And Inger's like, you shouldn't. She works for the kitchens, So I'm not surprised. But suddenly, she's refusing to deliver. She told me, no.
No?
Yeah.
I like how he slams his fist on the table. Like, this man does not get told no often.
Yeah.
The one time he does, he goes straight up the fucking chain and it was like, they told me no. What do I do about that? Yeah.
But see, she is like a daughter to him, more than some of the other people that work for him.
Right.
She's really fucking good at her job, and he likes her. She's good at counting, and he has an affinity for her. So instead of slapping her and telling her, I don't give a fuck, go do your job, he asked her why.
It honestly makes me a little more forgivable on the note that he started with saying, look, I'll slap the shit out of somebody who gets out of line, because he is trying to paint a picture of, look, I'm not afraid to just take this route with my people, which I'm not condoning, but now we're seeing him paint the picture of, but I'm not doing that with this one when I could have.
Yeah.
I could have ignored this, but I didn't. And now I'm bringing it to you. And with a guy like this, he's kind of like saying, look, I'm not ignoring it, so you are not ignoring it.
Yeah. Well, and he's also saying, I have a history of dealing with things that way. So my people traditionally don't say no to me.
Right.
Because they know what would happen. This one, I won't treat that way. And I found out some bullshit. So now I'm talking to you.
But it's interesting to me because he paints himself in what I kind of viewed as like, oh, that's a shitty light. And then I kind of realized, no, he's being brutally fucking honest with this man right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a perfect guy. I'm not saying I am. But look, here's the situation. And this shit does not add up.
Yeah.
So what gives?
But I think also it's expected that you're going to treat Hakens with a little bit of a smack if they're doing something wrong, I think, in this society. But Beata wouldn't fucking tell him. She said, I will accept punishment. I will take double fucking loads, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. So at that point, he's like, obviously something happened to her.
Had to have happened
Had
to
to.
her.
But she's still refusing to fucking answer. And when he said, not good enough. You can't just say, I'm not going and give me nothing. If you don't tell me what's going on, you're gonna have to fucking go. She starts bawling. She falls the fuck apart. And listen, girls be crying, okay? We know this. It wouldn't be a thing normally, but this particular girl.
This very special, unique, not normal girl.
Right.
Never cries.
I've seen her slice herself open and he stitched her back up. She winced. That's all she fucking did. She cut herself real fucking good and just winced. The only time in her whole life that she's ever cried was when her mama died. And I'm sorry. You cry when your mama dies.
Yeah,
So
I can attest to that. But yeah, you got to be fucking tough. Look, I need to get the numbing shots pretty much anytime I go to a doctor or a dentist. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to see it. I'm a big crybaby and things hurt there. So I have, I don't know if the word is respect, but like I admire people who can just grin and bear it because I can't usually.
I mean, I do too. But also, I'm a big crybaby all the time. Like, I like to, not like to, but I just cry at commercials and movies.
Yeah, but
and
specifically
songs.
from pain.
But yeah, I mean, that too.
But I guess it's true because there's two different kinds there. There's the, I had to give her stitches, and then there's the emotional pain.
Yeah, and he's saying that she doesn't cry from fucking either. And I cry for both.
I think the last episode, or maybe two back, we talked about how when sometimes we went to the bar, you would end up drinking a little too much and then telling our crew how much you loved them.
Yeah, while crying. Yep. So that's all I'm saying is that I can respect it too because I cry all the time. So, Inger brought the load to the estate.
Oh, he did it himself.
He did.
Well, now you know he's angry too.
Yeah.
Because it's still, you got to do the work because the work needs doing, right? So he did that, and now he's like, and while I'm here, I'd like to talk to the fucking manager.
Right. Like, he probably could have called somebody else to do it, but I mean, he has explained that Beata's very special. She remembers shit better than anybody else, so.
Like a daughter.
Yeah.
Like a better version of a child for him.
Well, but also, she was very smart, so maybe some of his other employees couldn't remember everything, so he had to come. But I like to think that he didn't have to come, and he just decided, nope, something's fucked up. I'm going to bring it myself.
We're fucking going.
And then I'm going to go talk to some people.
Yeah.
Figure out why I had to bring my shit here myself.
No, something's wrong. I'm going to go knock on a few doors at the very least.
He doesn't know what happened, but he thinks somebody had their way with her. And knowing Beata, she wasn't willing. Dalt is like, she's a Haken. All right? And Inger's like, yup.
Now, was it a yup in a what's your point kind of way? Or was it a yup like, yeah, I get it?
No, it was a yup, and I want the one who fucking did it to her.
Got you. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, she is a Haken, and somebody hurt her,
Right.
and now I want their fucking head.
Yeah, I don't give a shit that she's a Haken. She's like my daughter, as previously stated, motherfucker.
That's right. Oh, did I forget to mention daughter?
Yeah.
This girl is like family. I might have a shitty family, but I like her the best.
Yeah. And you know what he's going to do to the one who did it? Hang him from a fucking meat hook.
Ooh, Texas Chainsaw style.
Yeah. He's mad.
So he means it.
Yeah.
He seems a little upset.
Yeah.
I even brought my own bag of leather for the mask. You want me to start making it now?
Yeah. And he does suspect that it was more than one fucking person. And he's like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I am not going to let this go. So, just so you know, Dalton, I am here today to let you know I am not going to let this go.
Right. I'm
Meat
here
hook.
today to tell you that I'm going over your head tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I want action on this, dude. Now.
Meat hook.
Meat hook. Several fucking, let me ask you a question. Do the words meat bicycle mean anything to you?
Someone's going on my fucking meat hook. I don't give a shit who it is.
Somebody's going, I gotta stab something. I'm not here packing meat right now, so I gotta do something with it.
Do something. Inger has been presented as a bad dude so far, kind of in this book, by other characters, by being like making allusions that him and Beata may have some type of inappropriate relationship.
Yeah, there was a couple of those, and we know that I'm getting my people messed up. Inger is the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Fitch's direct boss. So he really hasn't been an asshole to Fitch.
No, he hasn't. We've just heard from Franca and I think maybe even Dalt. I don't know who it was. There was multiple people who made comments.
Implications.
About him. But I really fucking like him. So far, he found out something bad happened to a girl that works for him that he sees it, and he was like, okay, who the fuck do I have to kill? And I'm not joking. I'm going to kill somebody with a meat hook.
That's right.
And I don't give a fuck that she's a Haken. Try me.
In the simplest of senses, Inger is a fucking businessman.
Yeah.
He is coming to handle business.
I like it.
Yeah.
And he does not give me the impression, nor does Beata, that anything untoward is happening there. He just has affection for her like a normal person does. And fuck everybody for giving him a bad name.
Could very well tie into the rule for this book, which is mind what people do, not only what they say, but sometimes maybe the they say part is a little more abstract. You know, mind what that specific person does, not what the people in town say. Because, deeds will betray the lie. So you just got to, stake them out.
That's pretty good.
Stalk them.
That's pretty good.
That's the answer. You just got to watch them.
I'll be watching you.
You know. Every fucking move you make.
So Dalt is
That upset you, didn't it? It upset me too.
Personally going to handle this. He's going to investigate it. But I am just super fucking busy right now with the other stuff I got going on. Just so you know. And Inger's like, hey man, I get it. And you know what? I am totally fine with your personal assurance that you're going to give me a name.
He just put the answer in his mouth. He's like, I assume this is the least of what you can do to solve my problems. You don't even have to do it.
Yeah.
I'll handle it. Just give me a name.
Yeah. And since you just told me you're going to personally handle it, I'm going to take that as your personal assurance that I'm going to get a name.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. We're good. You don't got to say another fucking thing. I'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah.
And he also does make sure to say young or not so young man. So Inger has a suspicion that this is maybe not just some Haken boys doing something. He doesn't say who he suspects, but he's suspicious.
I believe the thought there was a group of older men or more mature men could do the work by way of cunning, where a group of younger men could do that work by force.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that I came to this specific office to levy some of these implications.
Yes. And he leaves happy that he came to the right man for the job.
That's right. I mean, look, the irony is he fucking did, right?
Yeah.
He did, but he's not going to give Inger what he wants.
It's not going to be handled in the way that Inger wants it to be handled.
I'm sure it will be handled, though.
After a bit of time, we find out how he's going to handle it because Fitch enters the room.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fitch, man, wrong fucking time. Actually, it's not really Fitch's fault. I do know from a couple of lines in that he was called.
Yeah. He was summoned.
What happens next is very much on purpose.
Yeah. Dalt brings up the first time that they met in heavily manipulative detail. Very heavy on the, remember how I didn't report you? Remember how you were so concerned about the minister?
Remember that all of this started because I did you a favor.
Right.
Remember?
And you want to be like a real person with a surname, right? You're doing great towards that, by the way. So then the convo snakes its way to Beata, specifically bringing up that Fitch must have seen what happened on that landing, since Bert and Stein both saw him that day, which I thought was interesting that he put that in there as a you were seen as well, and they noted who you were.
Yeah, it was real fast, and we know that he saw someone behind the door. It was coming that way, and that we don't know if he was for sure seen or not. But now we've got confirmation. Not only was he seen, they told motherfuckers about that. And so it's crazy to me that Fitch doesn't put together that means Dalt had shit on him that wasn't the drinking where he wasn't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Dalt had him dead to rights the whole fucking time, and Fitch doesn't see it.
Potentially. Or Dalt is telling him that he was told that. That doesn't necessarily mean...
Oh, fuck, he's playing 4D chess.
Yeah. Because
I forgot about that.
Dalt knows that Fitch saw the two of them coming out, and there's no real reason to think that Bert, Chambler, or Stein would know what Fitch looks like or know his name or remember any of that because they were doing their own fucking thing. The most logical answer here is that Dalt is lying to Fitch in this moment to intimidate him into thinking that there's more on him than there actually is.
Well, I would say as far as intimidation goes, checkmate.
Yeah.
That'll fucking do the job for sure.
And it was slipped in there in such a way that it's just so...
Yeah, I had not considered that he might be lying. I just assumed, well, yeah, those are your higher-ups. Of course they fucking came to you and said, hey, this fucking weird kid, you know, he saw us doing the bad thing, so handle it. And then suddenly you've got a job. So now you've got eyes on you and you're not a problem anymore. But like, yeah, he's just fucking with his brain.
Bert strikes me as a guy who just assumes things get handled.
Apparently the D in 4D stands for Dalton.
Yeah, there you go. Figured it out. So Fitch does put all the blame on Beata in this moment, saying that she got what she asked for. She was always sitting over there just pie-eyed talking about Bertrand Trambor and how he's so awesome and all this bullshit. And yeah, she wanted to be in that room. So she kind of deserved that.
That's fucked. Fitch, my guy.
Yeah.
You just turned your back on her.
It shows you how just depending on who you're with, like he wants Dalton to like him and he knows Dalton's angle in this moment. So he's not going to stand up for Beata because that's not going to get him where he needs to go.
Damn. Yeah, and I mean he does mention a few times like, well, she hates me anyways.
Yeah.
So maybe that mentality of, well, fuck her is starting to grow in his brain. But I mean, I don't think it's quite that because he does hesitate, right?
Yeah,
He's like,
he does.
well, I don't really know, but under the bus, dude.
Part of it is jealousy too. He's still hurt that it happened and she hit him afterwards and he doesn't fully understand what happened in the room, but he knows it was bad. And it's easier to go with this story as opposed to defending her for something he doesn't even fully know. Like, no, she didn't deserve it, especially against an Ander who's always good. Like, obviously, it's Beata's fault. Because she's a dirty, vile Hagen. But we'll get into that more after the break. And we're back. And Dalton is talking about Beata causing trouble with her bad Haken ways.
Oh, no.
Actually, it's not even Haken ways at this point. It's girls. It's
Women.
how girls get.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
They always get that way, causing trouble after getting what they asked for.
I feel so weird reading people talk like this because I was also an 8-year-old boy at one time and fully was in. I'm like, oh yeah, chicks, I don't get them. You know what I'm saying? Like just the mystery of women, and now being a mature man, I read stuff like this and I'm like, oh, okay, buddy, I know who you are.
All right.
Yeah.
They just get nuts after getting what they asked for. They act like they didn't even ask for it at all.
Listen, son. Best you can hope is they get nuts after getting what they asked for. You know what I mean? But that comes with age. You'll figure that out.
See, but what he's talking about is saying that people are asking for rape.
Ah,
So it's not cute.
that's not what okay. Yep,
Yeah.
I see how I was wrong there. Yeah.
But they both know that there was no force involved. But now, Beata might be looking to cry rape like Claudine. She's trying to get greedy and get something.
And this is where Fitch's brain starts to click over to the jobs that he's been doing lately. Dalt hasn't out and out said it yet, but you gotta think that Fitch is just praying to himself. This isn't the same thing, right? This is my special situation, not your business. But nope, it's very much Dalt's business now.
And to him, it is the same thing.
Right.
And when Fitch doubts that Beata could ever act like that, he's like, hey, Inger paid me a visit and told me Beata refused to deliver here. So he's already got his brain. He's already suspecting something's going on. And if she accuses somebody, Fitch might have to handle it Claudine style.
Ooh, not Claudine style.
Hell yeah, Claudine
Fuck
style.
no. This has to be absolute hell for Fitch, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you don't know whether or not you fancy the girl. You fucking do. You know you do, and you know you don't want to do this. But here's the guy that you're looking up to that's your key to the fucking world telling you might have to kill her.
Yeah.
Unless you handle it first.
It's like your worst nightmare, obviously, because it's like the girl that you love being raped, and then you might have to murder her. It's all this crazy stuff. But it's also the only way that Fitch's brain probably would have started to think differently. Because if Beata was any other random Haken girl, he could rationalize more of what he's saying here about how she deserved it and she asked for it and what Dalton's saying, and she's just like Claudine.
If he didn't know them. But because he does and it's personal and he knows, well, she's not like that. She didn't deserve that.
Yeah. She wasn't happy about that. She didn't want that, really. Then he could start to question these truths that he's being told and handed down. And so it's really, really bad. It's not good, but it's almost good in a way, because it forces him to start making some realizations about the world around him that he probably wouldn't have if it didn't happen to somebody that he knew personally and cared about. Yeah. So, because of all that, I think Fitch hesitates when this is brought up.
Yeah.
Dalton immediately senses that and threatens his position, moves in for the strike, makes him agree that this is just as wrong as what Claudine did. What Beata is doing is just as wrong as what Claudine was trying to do. They're both trying to harm the minister.
He's trying to paint them in the same light.
Right.
Like this is the exact same thing.
And get Fitch to see it that way, or at least say it out loud that it's that same way, even if his head doesn't believe it yet.
It's the dichotomy of Fitch's position. Who do you love more? Me and your coming up in the world? Or Beata, who hates you and hit you and isn't currently talking to you?
Or yourself and me.
That,
or
well,
Beata.
yeah, that's what it is, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, well, are you going to do the job if I ask you to do that? Or are you more in love with her?
Yeah.
And I mean, unfortunately for Fitch, he already knows, like, this is a blood in, blood out situation. You know shit about powerful people now. You don't get to just leave. Where are you going, little buddy? You can't just opt out now. You're fucking complicit in a murder. Nope, you're a murderer.
Honestly, though, he is a little bit naive because he does. I don't know if it's this chapter. I don't think I put it in the notes. I don't know if it's this one or the next, but he does have a thought about how if he can't do it, he's going to be back in the kitchen scrubbing pots.
Okay. I mean, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So if Beata becomes a problem, Dalton is going to let Fitch know. But hopefully, someone will talk sense into her before that. Maybe she'll even leave butchering and, go move away or go do some shit away from us somewhere else where she becomes not a problem at all.
Somewhere over yonder.
I don't know how that would happen, but maybe it would just happen somehow, and that would be cool, and we wouldn't have to Claudine style her.
So this is just him talking out loud, but not necessarily, if only someone would. But he's very much trying to plant the idea in Fitch's head, like, hey, man, go handle it your way so we don't have to handle it Claudine way,
Yeah.
Claudine style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's like, you're handling it one of two ways. Basically, it's up to you.
But he's also not saying that, hey, this is a direct action that you have to take. He's just merely putting out the suggestion and hoping that Fitch's feelings for Beata will motivate him to do something. I mean, it sounds like if Fitch just handles it on his own, then all of Dalt's little pieces fall together. Then he doesn't even have to be intertwined in that.
Yeah, that's basically what Dalt's thoughts are. And that's it's the end of our notes and thoughts here too. Coincidentally, that's the end of the chapter. Crazy.
Just felt right.
Crazy.
I had to get one more in.
And honestly, that's my truth. And I would love to hear all of yours. Write to us in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com or find us on any of our social medias.
Glug, glug, glug.
If you'd like to support this podcast and hear some more exclusive content, find us over on patreon.com/podcastatt,
ATT.
where every tier is a happy tier. Thank you all for listening.
We'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye.